I'm going to build on what Anache said.
You have another weight to add onto hers.
And is 2/10 equal to 1500ths or not equal to?
Nice.
How do you know?
If you put a line right here, then it would equal 2/10.
You can help out the person who's doing the problem and not be rude.
I disagree with Dad's right.
We did it a different way.
But Katie was right. Yeah, she got an okay.
No more pitfalls.
Now let's watch a Math Pathways and Pitfalls lesson in action. Look for ways the students help each other understand the math.
When we start math discussions, we review our discussion builders.
Building on others' ideas. I'd like to add to idea. I have a question about.
Idea.
I'm confused about.
We also review the purpose.
To add a few more to a number.
And then we go over the math words.
Count up, repeat. Okay, to count up from 54, say 55, 56, 57, 58. Our next math word is sum, repeat.
Sum.
The sum is the amount you get when you add.
Then we do the starter problem.
Work on the starter problem on your own. You can use your manipulatives or you can use the scratch paper.
Now we read about Katie and Sam and how they solved the starter problem. Katie's way was okay.
Sam got an oops. He made a pitfall.
Okay, we have our starter problem at the top. Right below that, we see Katie. And Katie's response says, okay. Katie said, I counted up in easy steps in my head. So 68 and 2 more made 70. Then 5 more made 75. And then she said, I can add on paper too.
First we talk about the okay with a neighbor.
Equals 75. Do you agree or do you disagree?
She had 68 first, and then she counted on 7, and she landed on 75. And
Why?
I think because she counted on to the number that she had, and how she got the number was she counted in her head by easy steps. And
That's true. And that's what they said on the paper. And maybe you have another way to add onto hers.
Then we share our ideas with the class.
Sometimes we draw on the board.
she had 68 and added 2 more, which was 70, and added 5 more, and the answer she got was 75.
Is there another way to show that leap of 7?
Another way to get to 75 is to add 4 and then plus 3 more, because 4 plus 3 is 7, and it's the same as 5 plus 2 plus 5.
Now we talk about the oops.
Let's look down at Sam. Sam said, I just lined them up and added. It's 138. And next to that it says what? Oops. I want you to talk to your neighbor about why Sam's answer doesn't make sense.
He actually made a big oops, a huge one.
He didn't really listen to the problem.
He didn't listen to the problem. He didn't listen to this sum right here. He wasn't listening to the 7.
He only guessed it.
He only guessed it.
That's all he
had
did.
the wrong answer.
But Katie was right.
Yeah, she got an okay.
What's wrong with putting that 7 underneath the 6?
You can learn from talking about pitfalls.
What's wrong with that, Dewan?
Well, the problem is that you're not supposed to put a 7 under a 6.
Okay, so is that 7 ones or is that 7 tens the way Sam wrote it?
17.
7 tens. Is there something wrong with that, Jose?
Then we talk about the oops with the whole class.
He put 68, but then he made the pitfall by putting a 7 under the 6.
What does Sam 7 mean? Sam 7 means what?
10.
7 tens. Thank you. So who could tell me what's the difference between these two problems?
This one, on the 7's in the wrong place. It's in the 10th place. It's supposed to be in the 1's place.
We talk about things we need to remember to solve the problem correctly.
What are some things that we should remember?
He could remember to sort out his numbers.
Okay, sort out his numbers.
He could check his work after he done it. He
Okay.
could check his work
So we could check his work. What's he checking for?
to see if it's correct.
And then we write them down.
Anyone else hear any other discussion builders? DeJuan, did you use any discussion builders today? Did you hear any?
I heard Gabriel say I'm confused about your idea.
Okay.
I said the same thing as Kalani.
What was that?
I agree with your idea. Day 2.
On day 2, we review.
Let's review what our discussion was about yesterday. Who can explain Katie's drawing? Chandela?
She took one big leaf and then she added 2, which got her to 70. Then she added 5, which equaled 75.
Let's look at Sam's statement. What did he say? Sam said, I just lined them up and added. It's 138. And it says next to it, what? Oops, oops. What did Sam do that wasn't oops? Kalani?
He lined his 7 in the wrong place and he got higher than 100. Like you said, you couldn't get higher than 100
Why couldn't you get higher than 100?
because it's too high.
Yes, Christopher.
He didn't put the 7 in the 1's place.
Brianna?
I like to build on Christopher's idea because he had put the 7 in the wrong place because if he put it in the 10th, it would be a 10 and it's really a 1.
Okay, thank you. That takes us to our things to remember. I have it here on my chart, but I want you to look at your things to remember on your sheet. And can I get a reader for someone to read our things to remember? Number 1. Yes, Brandy.
To add on a few, you can count up in your head using easy steps to add on.
Okay, stop there. Thank you. Another reader. Brianna.
To add on paper, line the numbers up so you add 1s to 1s and 10s to 10s.
Then it's our turn to work together. We work with the neighbor on the our turn problems.
Okay, that's 9. Type 59 plus 3. 9. 60. 9. 62. 63. 63.
When you talk to a neighbor, you know if you have a pitfall.
You put too many facts. No. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 9. 59 plus 3. 9 plus 3. 62. So it's 62. Have we ever tried this? 50, instead of doing it with the tips, do it in your head. 59, 60, 61, 62.
Then we show our thinking at the board.
When I came up to the board the first time, I was a little bit nervous. The problem was like this, and I really like this, and I put the 3 under the 9 because I know where the ones place is and where the tens place is. And if I put it under the 5, the number would be too big and it'd be an oops.
After that, we work on some more problems, this time on our own.
Now it's your turn to do problems on your own. Watch out for oops